Part 1. The Wanderers. First, learn the meaning of what you say, and then speak. From Epictetus. Chapter 1. Regarding the unreliable Jesuit explorer, Pierre Betancourt. Sleep on the plain. Dream of the ancient ocean I am leaving, and a farewell glance at the tops of mountains I have not climbed. O'Hare, then, changed in an unsayable way, but changed alongside the grays and whites and moving walkways, people drifting with their rolling bags, the smell of the Cinnabon, and the wedge-shaped line at the corner McDonald's. A disembodied voice compels the sea of walkers to part from behind. We watch as his beeping white cart crawls through the gap we've created, and he nods his chill thanks, chewing his gum, and wearing his three-piece United Airlines suit like a tuxedo. An elderly couple is aboard his vessel, seated on the back puff seats, facing stern, facing us, eyes sleepy as heads rock left, right, absorbing buffets. They get to ride because they are so old. Bubblers. Children run the wrong way on the moving walkway, and therefore have no motion. A girl asleep with her back against a white pillar in an empty gate, and she's in her pajamas, as though she knew that it would come to this. Planes like toys I used to fly with arm power, drifting down to land, parking on the tarmac. I see them through the windows. Shoeshine guys have a station against the wall. And then the Quiznos, and I know that I am closer. We'd heard about the vandalism from the cops, but even so, neither of my parents had been able to drive up to see the fallout for themselves. Since Denny was the last of our relatives to be living in Wisconsin, no one else had been up to see either, and all we knew about the 4th of July party came down to a phone call, a county sheriff's PDF, and the phrase, "significant damage," scribbled in a few pieces of mail. You never knew what a cop might label as significant, though. It could be understatement or overstatement. Most cops I'd known saw the world through the wrong end of a broken telescope. On the way into St. Helens proper, I considered stopping at Golden's to pick up cleaning supplies, but I hesitated at the turnoff, then drifted by the entrance to the store. Foot up over the brake. Too soon for any of that, I decided. I figured I'd survey the damage first and see what needed to be done. I was tired and not used to driving, and I wanted to take a shower. At this point, I was also 3 steps past disgusting. I went by, kept straight, and a few minutes later, I was halfway up the hill, and a few minutes after that, I was there. The turn into Denny's driveway came back to me like I'd done it the week before. Looking at the garage door, I killed the engine and rolled my neck in a stretch, marveled, as far as I could marvel, at how far a person could go in one day, especially if he put his mind to it, and was wired enough dollars from his parents. I'd flown from Seattle to Chicago on an early flight, and taken a cab out to Peregrine Park, where I'd had to stop to pick up the car, which, according to my father, was now my car, registered in my name. It was a Nissan Maxima, with a sewing machine for an engine. I had ignored my parents' request that I spend a night at their place, and instead headed directly to Denny's, fearing that an evening in their home would begin with an unrelenting assault on my decision-making skills, and conclude with the usual half-drunk sales pitch about permanently moving back to the Midwest. I did not want to hear it. I played with the moonroof. I looked at the clouds. I looked back at the house. I was 32 now, absurdly, and as far as I could remember, the last time I had been here was 12 years ago, when I was halfway through college, and drove out from Madison for a weekend visit. It was a 2-story cottage-style home, made of what I thought might be limestone. I'd never really noticed